Going?
Let's go. Okay, good. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Canton City Council. Council members, please be sure to have your earbuds in, and if everyone could please silence their cell phones to vibrate. With a quorum being present, the chair calls this meeting of Canton City Council to order. Roll call, please, Mr. Clerk.
Smuckler. Here. Babcock. Shulman.
Here.
Hawk.
Here.
Kimbrough.
Here.
Scaglio.
Here.
Smith. Fisher. Hall. Merrill. Here. Ferguson. Morris. Here. 12 present, Mr. President.
Tonight's invocation will be given by Ward 5 Council Member Robert Fisher. If you would all please stand and remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Let us gather in this honorable chamber this evening to continue to do the right and just cause of the people. Let us put aside differences of opinion and ideology so that we may further progress in our noble pursuit. Finally, let us work as one in the best interest of our community so that we may continue to build.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, Member Fisher. We are now under agenda corrections and changes. Leader Smuckler.
Mr. President, I move Rule 22A be suspended to add second readings of ordinances 17 through 21 to this evening's agenda.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to suspend Rule 22A to add second readings to ordinances 17 through 21 to this evening's agenda. Are there any remarks? Hearing none, roll call vote, please.
Smuckler. Babcock. Shulman.
Aye.
Hawk. Kimbrough.
Aye.
Scaglio. Smith. Fisher. Hall. Merrill. Aye. Ferguson. Morris. Aye. 12 yeas, Mr. President.
Motion carries, and ordinances 17 through 21 are a legal part of your agenda. We are now under public hearings, and we have no public hearings for this evening. We are now under old business, and there is no old business for this evening. We are now under informal resolutions, and we have one for this evening. Mr. Clerk, would you please read informal resolution number 2 by title?
Congratulating STEAM Academy at Hartford Middle School 7th and 8th grade basketball teams on their Federal League championship wins.
Mr. President, it's my pleasure to move to adopt resolution number 3.
Second. We're going to vote first.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Against? Member Smith.
An informal resolution respectfully submitted by council as a whole on this 22nd day of February 2021. Whereas on February 14, 2021, Hartford Middle School 7th and 8th grade boys basketball teams were crowned Federal League champions. And whereas majority of these young men have played together since 3rd grade in local leagues and AAU travel basketball, and whereas in honor of their camaraderie, these same young men decided to come together at STEAM Academy and play for Hartford Middle School, resulting in a 19-0 winning streak for both 7th and 8th graders in the 2020-2021 season. And whereas the 7th grade team roster included players Cameron Burton, Nikos Elder, Dedrick Britt, Dirkwin Lawson, Demir McClone, Kayvon Dawkins, Sean Petrak, Thomas Manikowski, David Thompson. Third, and Avanti Cummings, led by coaches Carlos Parrish and Antonio Swan. The 8th grade team roster included players Reed Sims, Stefan Thomas, Jordan McRoy, Darren Peterson, Braden Early, Carriel McDonald, Dante McCullen, and Keith Quincy, led by Coach Frank McLeod. Now therefore be resolved that we, the members of Canton City Council, do hereby go on public record congratulating the STEAM Academy at Hartford Middle School Bulldogs on our Federal League championship and for demonstrating what sportsmanship is all about. Way to go, guys.
If there's any parents that would like to take pictures, if you can space yourself out this way, you can take the pictures, because I'm going to ask the boys to stand, because they're going to be given, you're going to have them come that way to get them?
Yeah, come through and give a pen or how you want to do it.
Okay, well, I was just going to have them stand, and you can just pass it down the row. And parents, if you all want to take pictures, you can come and stand down here, in the front here. Okay, and I'm going to ask the coaches and Principal Thompson, if you all could come this way. I'm not going to read the proclamation again because it's already been read, but I do have some personal words that I would like to say. I want you all to look back on this day, February the 22nd, 2021, because I want you to stay focused and remember that there are people here, such as council as a whole, that thought enough of you to commend you for your good sportsmanship and for the record of being 19-0. Because you know what? It shows that y'all stayed focused and you all were led by coaches and your parents to do good. This proclamation is very important because not only are we commencing Black History Month, but you made history. And I want y'all to someday, whether it be an NBA player, NFL player, doctor, lawyer, president of the United States, I want y'all to come back one day and look at this proclamation in the glass and say, we did this in 2020 and 21. Because another thing, when y'all walk through these doors, especially here on the left side of you, and not them doors on the right side. Because over there is courtrooms. Over here is achievement. And that's what we see in you all. And I want y'all to know that we care about our youth. And y'all showed us what you could do. And that's greatness in itself. Terrence Jones always tell me about, you always want to talk about the past, Chris, because Eric Rednick could tell you how we cried and begged to keep Hartford open. And ever since, it turned out to be nothing but greatness. That's because you got a great principal, you got great coaches, and we commend y'all parents also. And we thank you so very much for what you're doing and what you're going to do. And so tonight, we commend you and we thank you, and God bless you in all of your endeavors. And stay safe. Okay, they want y'all to come around this way to get your, and I'm going to present this to the coaches and to the great principal over there. And if y'all want to say some words, y'all can do so at this time. Coach Boo. And another thing I want to say, you know, Babby asked me, well, Chris, who's your grandkid on the team? None of them. All of them is my kids. And just in case y'all don't know, you know it's located in the 4th Ward. I'm sorry, the 4th Ward, as our president of council say. So guys, we thank you so very much. And you all don't have to stay for all of this. But thank you so very much. And we're just going to have the coaches say a few words. Oh, yeah, the coaches get some too. Did y'all get him one?
There's enough there for everybody.
Oh, he got one. That's Coach Boo's son, so y'all know he's gonna be the next one. And then before we, leave, I know Dave Doherty have something to add to that.
Yeah, no, I'm an alumnus. That's Hartford. That's back in '74. I played on the basketball team,
I knew he was gonna say that, y'all.
and I started.
Okay, y'all gonna say something? Look at y'all.
I just want to thank all the 7th and 8th grade players on a great year. And again, I want to thank the parents for putting up with us coaches, all our practices and late notices and all that stuff. Thank y'all for the whole year. And for the snacks and all that good stuff.
Me personally, I really want to thank the parents because they made this year easy. And this is, I've been coaching for a lot of years, and this is one of the best group of parents that I had. Also, I'd like to thank my players, 7th and 8th grade. We had a couple of situations during the season where they just played through it. And I'm pretty sure they grew from it. And this is a proud moment for me because when I first got the job, I told Coach Thompson, my whole purpose is to bring Hartford back to where it used to be, which was dominance. And you guys did a good job of that, and I want to thank Mr. Thompson for always supporting. Our athletic director, Mr. Shanks, he's somewhere around here, but, these guys always had our backs and they made it easy. Appreciate it.
Hello, my name is David Thompson. I've been given the honor and the privilege to be the principal of the STEAM Academy for the past 8 years, and I've seen it grow to be what it was always meant to be, and that's to excel and be great. And through changes in the administration throughout the 8 years, they've all entrusted me to continue to do that great work. But I couldn't have did it alone. The board has been behind the school 100%. Our advisory board that Chris Smith is on has been behind us 100%. So when I walk in those doors every day, I feel a sense of community. All these parents entrusted me with their children, which there's no greater honor than that. So give the parents a round of applause. Give our board members for our attendance a round of applause. Mr. Talbert, who is part of hiring me, when I used to have braids. The team don't know this, but I used to have braids. So Mr. Talbert hired me when I had long braids down my neck. And he put up with a young teacher that didn't know a lot but thought he knew everything. So I appreciate that, and God bless you all.
Mayor, anyone else would like to say anything?
Well, thank you. Good evening to everyone. Congratulations to the parents, to the coaches, and most of all to the team. 19-0, 7th and 8th grade Federal League champions. I was at the field house on Saturday night for the McKinley-Glen Oak game, and I saw many of you take the floor out there on Saturday night and be honored. And I noted, watching McKinley, they have 10 seniors graduating from varsity this year. So there's a lot of positions open on that great McKinley team. Work hard and make the varsity next year or 2 years from now or 3 years from now. And McKinley also was Federal League champions this year, and that's also a great achievement at the high school level. And my last question then for all of you, who out there, stand up, is the next Kobe Johnson? Let's see it.
Member Smith, I would like to also congratulate all these young men that we have here tonight, but especially the parents. Without you guys, this isn't possible. And a big thank you to the coaches and our Canton City school staff. Thank you very Thank you very much, and congratulations, guys. Yeah. Something to be proud of.
Okay, you can be excused if you like, because I know y'all don't want to sit. But did y'all get a picture of, y'all know what they wearing around their neck, right? That's the neck that they cut down. All right.
Oh, yeah, there you go. With this, that's all good here. Ready? Good. We are now under public speaks, and we have 2 speakers for this evening. Our first speaker is Ms. Kimberly Bell. Ms. Bell, could you please step forward and give us your name and residential address, please?
Yeah. Yes, Kimberly Bell. Previous address was 135 17th Street, Canton, Ohio. Current address, still homeless, but maybe by Friday or Saturday, I'll be in a place. So, let me look at the clock. Again, I've added up almost, I got here late because I was taking care of something, but I got here late, and again, way over 11 million on this paper. Since I've been coming to these meetings, I asked for 3 things. First, when I first started here, is the gun violence that I was talking about, and then there was an incident, and then I talked about getting people out of the prison system employment, and I've talked about the homeless now because I'm in that situation. I've been in all 3 of those categories. I've dealt with in my life. And it's over 11 million on this paper, like I said, last city council, and nothing about homelessness, nothing about jobs, nothing about gun violence are on these documents every 3 weeks or every 2 weeks when you meet. Nobody is directing this, but you'll spend $11 million on this, but you won't spend $100,000 to help me with a business. I work at the DoubleTree, and somebody came in, I know, and offered me their cleaning business. You may know him, Chris, Ron Glenn. He said he was selling his cleaning business because of personal reasons involving his wife. And they offered it to me. I was like, I can't afford a business, but I was approached by that. And then over the weekend, I thought about it. I said, I can use that business to get those people I was telling the mayor about jobs when they come out the system. Mayor, you done worked in this building ever since it's been here. And you've held every position. And you've made your $100,000 10 times over. That's all I want to do is make $100,000. I had a situation where I lived at where they took advantage of me and I gave them over $128,000 only to get put out because they wouldn't renew my lease because I put the city code department on them because of the conditions the building was wear and tearing in the building, and they wouldn't fix it. But a lot of you are just, it's just plain greed that you're still in this building. Give somebody else the same opportunity you had and let them be mayor, let them be this, let them be that. Stop being greedy. Get the position, help somebody else get what you had or get what you got. Thank you. I'll be back again.
Thank you, Ms. Bell.
Stop being greedy.
And our last speaker for this evening is Mr. Mustafa. Could you please come to the podium and state your name and residential address, please?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen of the council. My name is Yadavan Mustafa. I'm the owner and operator of Mustafa Family Craft Works. I reside at 831 and 833 Shore Avenue, Northwest. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm very emotionally drained now. At this point, I'm drained. I've been before this council probably about 10 or 11 times. I've spoken before this council probably about 7 or 8 times. I believe my first time I came and spoke here was about the spring of 2020. And I complained about the local thugs and gangs in the area where I live at and how, because I won't conform to their will and their standards, they've been persecuting me and my children. Now, for a point of reference, in my father's generation, there was a group of people in the Middle East that was known as the Mujahideen, and they fought against the Soviet army and pretty much brought an end to the Soviet occupation of the Middle East. But that group didn't go away. They split in half and 30 years later became known as the Taliban in Afghanistan. The Al-Qaeda. Now, about 20 years ago, I volunteered to go to war in Iraq and Afghanistan. And with these people having 3 or 4 decades of experience, I fought them and wasn't afraid to fight them and was willing to die if necessary. And I was, to a certain degree, rewarded for killing those people. And I don't regret it because I took an oath to defend all of us who live here equally and mutually. But it's breaking my heart now to see that I'm now being punished here in this city and state where I chose to reside and come here to do business because I won't conform to a bunch of drug dealing and gun toting thugs. You understand what I'm saying? The first time I came before y'all and spoke with y'all, I specifically talked about how these people entered my home and my property and drew guns on me and my children. I have teenage daughters. This thing has never stopped. And y'all know I wrote a letter complaining to y'all about it, and even after writing that letter, it still hadn't stopped. It hadn't stopped until I had to go to the lady that owns one of the apartment buildings and let her know what was going on, which she didn't know. And she since made that one guy, this self-proclaimed gang boss, Shore gang boss, Jadell Wells, she made him move. But now I'm drained because now I'm being charged with a crime after I've come before this body multiple times complaining. There's no way in the world that a citizen of Canton, Ohio should have been allowed to accumulate more than 20 police reports about the same individual and no one's ever been arrested or jailed for it. But yet the moment that I defend myself and my home and my family in a reactionary way, in a way that all of you would have done the same, now I'm facing jail time. The police told me today that they want to investigate, only because I forced a jury trial. If there was an investigation from the beginning, I would have never been charged. So my 2 choices was to let these people run over me and my children, deal with the Magnum revolvers put to my forehead and stuff, or go to jail for defying them. This is called selective prosecution. Where is the justice? That's all I'm asking. This aches my bullet wounds in my body because I can defend all of us, but not myself and my home and my family. Thank you all.
Thank you, Mr. Mustafa. We are now under communications. Let the journal show that all communications are received as read. We are now under ordinances and formal resolutions for the first reading. Mr. Clerk, would you please begin with ordinance number 1?
Ordinance to provide for the issuance of sale of revenue bond anticipation notes in the maximum aggregate principal amount of not to exceed $3,250,000 to provide funds to pay a portion of the cost of acquiring, constructing, improving, furnishing, and equipping an economic development project in the city, authorizing related matters and declaring the same to be an emergency, refer to finance. Number 2, ordinance to provide for the issuance and sale of bond anticipation notes in aggregate principal amount not to exceed $3,300,000 for the purpose of paying the cost of acquiring, reconstructing, and improving city buildings, including without limitation the replacement of City Hall roof, Civic Center roof, and improvements to other city facilities. Refer to finance. Ordinance to provide for issuance and sale of bond anticipation notes in aggregate principal amount not to exceed $700,000 for the purpose of providing funds to pay a court-approved settlement of a claim against the city. Refer to finance. Number 4, ordinance to provide for the issuance and sale of revenue bond anticipation notes in the maximum aggregate principal amount not to exceed $1,325,000 to provide funds to make a loan for economic development in the city, authorize related matters, and declaring same to be an emergency. Refer to finance. Number 5, an ordinance authorizing the auditor to pay all moral obligations for EnviroServe Inc. for expenses drawn prior to the passage of this ordinance and declaring same to be an emergency. Refer to finance. Number 6, an ordinance authorizing Mayor, Director of Public Service to advertise, see bids, award, and enter into any and all contracts necessary for the purchase of 1 full-size cargo van, 1 4x4 SUV, 1 small cargo van, 1 4x4 pickup truck, 1 valve operator, 1 mini excavator, and 1 skid steer with trailer, or to alternatively purchase said items pursuant to any procurement process authorized by law and declaring same to be an emergency. Refer to finance and public property capital improvement. Number 7, ordinance authorizing the auditor to pay all moral obligations for construction services related to the 44th Street water main replacement roadway reconstruction project and declaring same to be an emergency. Refer to finance. Number 8, ordinance authorizing the mayor or director of public service to enter into contract amendment / change order with IBI Group, amount not to exceed $83,956 for engineering services related to the Colonial Boulevard Reconstruction Project, Phase 1, GP 1206, PID 111059, amending appropriation ordinance number 239, 2020, declaring same to be an emergency. Refer to finance and public safety and thoroughfares. Number 9, ordinance authorizing the mayor, director, public service to enter into change order number 2 and final with Central Allied Enterprises, Inc. in amount not to exceed $93,593.67 for the Harmon Avenue resurfacing project, GP 1322, amending appropriation ordinance number 239, 2020, declaring same to be an emergency. Refer to finance and public safety and thoroughfares. Number 10, ordinance amending appropriation ordinance number 239, 2020, declaring same to be an emergency. Refer to finance. Number 11, ordinance authorizing the mayor, director of public service to enter and change order number 4 and final with SET Inc. in the amount not to exceed $18,856.03 for the Cleveland Avenue Northwest Roadway Improvement Part 1 and Cultural Center Streetscape Phase 2, GP 1311 and 1312, and declaring same to be an emergency. Refer to finance and public safety and thoroughfares. Number 12, an ordinance authorizing the mayor, director of public service to enter into amendment number 2 to the Civic Center Management Agreement with SMG, declaring same to be an emergency. Refer to finance. Number 13, ordinance authorizing mayor, director of public service to enter into project agreement with Freshmark Inc. For the relocation of the existing sanitary sewer, receive all donated easements necessary to construct the above named projects and enter into any contracts needed for phase 1 of the Freshmark sanitary sewer relocation, waiving the formal resolution requirements of Canton Codified Ordinance 105.09 for the purchase of items under $50,000 and declare same to be an emergency. Refer to finance and environmental and public utilities. Number 14, ordinance authorizing the hiring of Ms. Rachel Rashoni to fill the assistant administrator of civil service position at the annual salary of $67,000, declaring same to be an emergency. Refer to personnel and finance. Number 15, ordinance authorizing mayor, director of public service to advertise, see bids, award, and enter into contract for the 2021 city fiber optic project, GP 1354, authorizing the auditor to pay all moral obligations for related project change orders that or otherwise approved by the Board of Control pursuant to Canton Codified Ordinances 105.14, authorizing Mayor, Director of Public Service to enter into one or more professional service contracts for construction oversight of the 2021 City Fiber Optic Project, GP 1354, authorizing the Mayor, Director of Public Safety to enter into a sole source professional service contract with Y-Fiber LLC for the purchase and installation of cameras, authorizing Mayor, Director of Public Service, or Director of Public Safety to enter into additional contracts necessary to facilitate the above-named projects, declaring same to be an emergency, refer to Finance. Number 16, ordinance authorizing the hire of Mr. Thomas Henson, field assistant superintendent position at the water reclamation facility, an annual salary of $90,000, and declaring same to be an emergency, refer to Personnel and Finance. Mr. President.
At this time, the chair would declare an in-house recess for the Finance, Public Safety and Thoroughfares, Environmental and Public Utilities, and Personnel Committees to meet in regards to ordinances 10 through 16 on your agenda this evening. You are now in recess.
Mr. President, it is 7:33. We'll call Finance to order. We have ordinance number 10, an ordinance amending appropriation ordinance number 239/2020 and declaring the same to be an emergency.
Mr. Chairman, this is Jim Adams, the Health Department. Thank you, members of the council.
Yes.
This is a transfer of money from an unappropriated balance of Fund 2328, which is our Public Health Infrastructure Fund, to funds within that fund for COVID-19 activities. And so we'd ask that that transfer be made in those amounts put in those parts so that we can properly spend the money.
Okay. Anybody have any questions on this? Hearing none, we'll sign it out. Move on to ordinance number 12, an ordinance authorizing the Mayor, Director of Public Service to enter into amendment number 2 to the Civic Center Management Agreement with SMG and declaring the same to be an emergency.
Mr. Chairman, members of council, the Civic Center, our agreement with SMG to manage the Civic Center expires on March 15th of this year. We've been talking with Blake Schilling. I think most folks know him fairly well. He's the Civic Center General Manager in order to kind of work through this process and do the renewal. At this time, we've decided kind of collectively that a extension till the end of the year would be most beneficial. So at this time, what this proposed ordinance would do two things. The first thing it would do is it would extend, obviously, the agreement 9.5 months. And then as a part of that, SMG has agreed to waive all of the management fees for 2021 during the extension period. So from March 15th to the end of the year, they would be waiving their management fees, which is a savings to the city of $92,247. In exchange of that is we would be agreeing to an exclusive kind of negotiation period where we would not be doing any RFPs or anything of that nature. We have no reason to really search elsewhere. SMG's done a great job. Blake has done a great job. So we look at this as a $92,000 in savings. The thought of doing the big extension at the end of the year is twofold. First, we believe that both parties will be in a better position to kind of look at 2022 and beyond. Hopefully COVID is in a different place, and so from a SMG standpoint, Blake is thinking it will be more advantageous for the city if we kind of hold off a little bit and wait till we kind of see where things are going for events. And then secondly, SMG kind of would like to get the agreement on their annual budget cycle, so there's really no harm to us for doing that, and we have the $92,000 savings. Then the other thing that this ordinance or this extension would do is we signed the first amendment with the SMG agreement. It was a cost-sharing agreement where SMG, they were to be providing some services to the stadium and Hall of Fame Village for managing the stadium, and whenever they were doing that, we were to be receiving a 30% discount on ours in terms of a cost-saving agreement. So from September 2019 through March 2020, we realized that our bill, we didn't have the savings. Obviously, since March 2020, there have been really no events there and no cost savings, so it doesn't apply from March 2020 moving forward. But we discovered this, and SMG owes us $59,182.50. So effectively, they have already started to credit us on our monthly bills during 2021, and we'll be getting that back this year. So that this extension and amendment would just memorialize that, so that it's in writing that we'll be getting the $59,000 credit. Happy to take any questions.
Any questions?
Mario?
Yes.
Mr. Hyman, have we begun booking anything, and if so, for when?
The short answer is no, not really, in terms of stuff in the immediate future that you would know. I mean, SMG and Blake, they're constantly looking kind of ahead at late fall and next year, but in terms of large-scale events that you would see, no. The only thing that he has been talking about is basically a drive-through cheerleading competition that we could do kind of in the outdoors area. So there's one thing there, but in terms of large events, no. I would say this, though, and Jim can attest to this, Blake and the Civic Center folks have worked with the health department in terms of having, when the need arises, to have larger space for shelter, having the Civic Center there. Obviously, we've had the whole deal in 2020 where we had events to schedule, cancel. So there has been work, even though we haven't really seen that. So so I guess Jim is off now, but they've been working with the health department on that. So that's kind of a long answer to a short question.
Any other questions? Okay, hearing none, we'll sign that out. We'll move on to ordinance number 15.
Those are both on their phone.
An ordinance authorizing the mayor and director of public service to advertise, receive bids, award, and enter into contract for the 2021 city fiber optic project GP 1354, authorizing the auditor to pay all moral obligations for related project change orders that are otherwise approved by the Board of Control pursuant to Canton Codified Ordinance 105.14, authorizing the mayor or director of public service to enter into one or more professional services contracts for construction oversight of the 2021 city fiber optic project GP 1354, authorizing the mayor or director of public safety to enter into a sole source professional services contract with Y-Fiber LLC for the purchase and installation of cameras, authorizing the mayor, director of public service, or director of public safety to enter into all additional contracts necessary to facilitate the above-named projects and declaring the same to be an emergency.
Mr. Chairman, members of council, I am requesting City Council authorize and fund to continue the City of Canton's promised expansion of our fiber network and our Y-Fiber security camera network to various West Tuscarawas Street intersections, Wirtz Avenue Northwest, Harder Heights neighborhood locations, and Maryland Avenue Southwest and associated neighborhood locations. These camera systems are very sophisticated and they use a lot of bandwidth. In this particular case, running the necessary fiber network actually costs more than the camera system. In the current project, the cost of running fiber is going to be approximately $410,000 in order to get fiber out to the West Tuscarawas area. Our fiber optic cable will follow our existing traffic signal interconnect routes, and they will replace existing copper interconnect. On the Y-Fiber side of this is a quote for 25 cameras, 4 with shot detection, 5 with license plate readers, and all software and hardware. The cost of this is $231,000. So the total project is $641,840. We are proposing to use issue 13 neighborhood funds. These funds are already appropriated. The infrastructure portion is not done by Y-Fiber. It will be done by an outside contractor. Therefore, we will have to do actually bid that particular portion of the project, which will delay the project only because of the bidding time associated with it and the construction time. The purchase and implementation of the cameras themselves and the software and hardware are sole source to Y-Fiber. Y-Fiber has installed all of our security cameras to date, and the police department, IT, engineering, everyone working with them has been very, very satisfied with their performance. The estimated time of completion for this, and again, that's due primarily to the construction side of the installation of the fiber and the necessity to bid it, will be late summer to early fall. I appreciate all the members of council's support for this particular project. It's important to all of our neighborhoods. We've extended fiber into the near northeast, the near northwest, downtown, and with the current project pending in the southeast quadrant, and this now will move it out to the west Tusk quadrant. So thank all of you for your anticipated support.
Okay, does anybody have any questions on this?
Member Mario,
Yes.
I just want to thank everybody that's worked so hard to make this happen. And the time frame that this has happened has been tremendous to see this happen so fast. And I want to thank Member Smuckler, the administration, and everybody else for seeing that we're getting this done on behalf of Ward 3. Thank you.
Okay, any other questions? Hearing none, we'll sign that out. It is 7:43, that concludes finance. 7:43, we'll go into the joint session of finance and public safety and thoroughfares. We have ordinance number 11, an ordinance authorizing the mayor, director of public service to enter into change order number 4 and final with SET Incorporated in an amount not to exceed $18,856.03 for the Cleveland Avenue Northwest roadway improvements, Part 1 in Cultural Center Streetscape, Phase 2, GP 1311 and 1312, and declaring the same to be an emergency.
Mr. Chairman, members of council, this is another one of those final change order / moral obs that is just a moral ob by the nature of construction projects, where we go through and we tally up the final quantities and those types of things. This was already approved through Board of Control, which otherwise would be statutorily permitted, but as is the nature of construction, the work continues on and you don't halt construction in terms of trying to go through that process while you do the final numbers. So this was already approved through Board of Control. We just need to get council authorization since the work was ongoing and before the final PO was open. Obviously, the work continued on because we had to then do the final quantity. So would appreciate early passage on this because this project has been done for some time and we would like to get them paid and this thing closed out.
Okay, questions? Hearing none, we'll sign it out. 7:44, that concludes the joint session of Finance and Public Safety and Thoroughfares. 7:44, we'll go into joint session of Finance and Environmental and Public Utilities Committee. Ordinance number 13, an ordinance authorizing the mayor or director of public service to enter into a project agreement with Freshmark Incorporated for the relocation of the existing sanitary sewer, receive all donated easements necessary to construct the above-named projects, and enter into any contracts needed for Phase 1 of the Freshmark sanitary sewer relocation, waiving the informal resolution requirements of Canton Codified Ordinance 105.09 for the purchase of items under $50,000 and declaring the same to be an emergency.
Mr. Chairman, members of council, as folks who've been around a few years know, several years ago we did a very large-scale project in the similar area where we moved sanitary sewer outside from underneath the eastern part of the Freshmark building. This is a different sewer that happens to be located under the western portion of the Freshmark property. So effectively, in order to allow for another expansion there, before this moves forward, we would like to move the western portion of the sewer out of the way and kind of put this issue to bed. So with this, I think this is a very advantageous agreement for the city. This would be a two-phase project. We're only looking at Phase 1 right now. Effectively, what we'd be doing with Phase 1 is, in order to kind of expedite their expansion, Freshmark has agreed to move the sewer with their contractor and their process, and effectively, this agreement, they would be donating the labor for the southern leg of the sanitary sewer line. So we have reference to $50,000 in piping and manholes that we would need to buy. We would buy that. Obviously, it's city sewer that they would be installing. but as a part of this agreement, they will be paying for the labor, design, and all that stuff. So we look at that to be an approximate savings to the city of $75,000 to $100,000, somewhere in that range. So, and it will get that out of the way and allow them to move forward. Moving forward, then on the northern part of the property, it's not presently in the way of any planned expansions now, but we would like to replace aged sewer that already has problems that we need to replace as a part of our cleaning and televising efforts we've identified. It runs on the northern part of this leg. We would move it over and to the underneath the street on Wayne Avenue. And that would be a much larger project, about $500,000 worth of work, and we will begin in-house kind of the design part, and we'll come back to council at a later date for phase 2. But it will be coming. But those two projects combined would kind of finalize this issue with the sewer underneath Freshmark. But this is phase 1. We buy pipe and manholes for $50,000. They donate about $75,000 to $100,000 worth of labor for us.
Okay, questions?
Director Hyman, does this run off of their sewer plant?
That I don't know. I mean, I can tell you where it's at. It's the sewer. It runs from Mahoning south, like along the edge of their parking lot. Then it juts to the east, right under the edge of their building, and then goes south. I mean, they will tie in. So I don't know if that answers the question or not.
That's good.
Okay.
Okay. Any other questions? Hearing none, we'll find it out. 7:48, that concludes the joint session of Finance and Environmental Public Utilities Committee.
What time did you say, John? Oh, this is 7:48. This is a joint session of 7:48. This is a joint session of Personnel and Finance. It's an ordinance authorizing the hiring of Ms. Rachel Forcione to fill the Assistant Administrator or Civil Service position at an annual salary of $67,000 and declaring the same to be an emergency. Ms. Forcione was here earlier and introduced herself and took questions. No one had no questions, so we want to welcome her to the team, and I believe she'll be a great addition to the Civil Service Department. All right, we'll sign that out. It is, you want me to do the other one? Yeah, I got the other one. This is number 16. This here is an ordinance authorizing the hiring of Mr. Thomas Sanderson to fill the Assistant Superintendent position at the Water Reclamation Facility at an annual salary of $90,000 and declaring the same to be an emergency.
Mr. Chairman, members of council, a team of folks recently went through the recruitment and interview phase for the vacated Assistant Superintendent of Water Reclamation Facility. Ms. Deborah Howdeshell has been recently promoted to the Superintendent of Water Reclamation Facility. She's been in that role for about 3 weeks. A team of Ms. Howdeshell, Jim DiMarzio in Collections, Director Perry, and myself interviewed candidates off of the civil service list, and we believe that Mr. Sanderson is the best person for the job. He comes to us, most of his experience from the city of Akron, where he has been the chief operator. He has a Class 3 wastewater operator license, and we think that he brings a ton of background and experience to the position, and we are very excited to have him start and kind of close out the WRF leadership team.
Thank you. Any other questions? All right, at 7:51, we'll sign that out. That concludes Personnel and Finance.
Council is reconvening after the recess. Leader?
Mr. President, I move we suspend Rule 22A to place ordinances 10 through 16 back on this evening's agenda.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to suspend Rule 22A to place ordinances 10 through 16 back on this evening's agenda. Are there any remarks? Hearing none, roll call vote, please.
Smucker.
Aye.
Babcock. Showman.
Aye.
Hawk. Kimbrough.
Aye.
Scaglione. Smith. Fisher. Hall. Merrill.
Aye.
Ferguson. Morris.
Aye.
12 yeas, Mr. President.
Motion carries and ordinances 10 through 16 are a legal part of your agenda. Leader?
Mr. President, I move we suspend statutory rules on ordinances 10 through 16.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to suspend the statutory rules on ordinances 10 through 16. Are there any remarks? Hearing none, roll call vote, please.
Smucker. Babcock. Showman.
Aye.
Hawk. Kimbrough.
Aye.
Scaglione. Smith. Fisher. Hall. Merrill.
Aye.
Ferguson. Morris.
Aye.
12 yeas, Mr. President.
You've heard the three readings, Leader.
Mr. President, I move we adopt ordinance number 10.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that you adopt ordinance number 10. Are there any remarks under this ordinance? Hearing none, roll call vote, please.
Smucker. Babcock. Showman.
Aye.
Hawk. Kimbrough.
Aye.
Scaglione. Smith. Fisher. Hall. Merrill.
Aye.
Ferguson. Morris.
Aye.
12 yeas, Mr. President.
The motion carries and ordinance number 10 is adopted. Leader?
Mr. President, I move we adopt ordinance number 11.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that you adopt ordinance number 11. Are there any remarks under this ordinance? Hearing none, roll call vote, please.
Smucker. Babcock. Showman.
Aye.
Hawk. Kimbrough.
Aye.
Scaglione. Smith. Fisher. Hall. Merrill.
Aye.
Ferguson. Morris.
Aye.
12 yeas, Mr. President.
The motion carries and ordinance number 11 is adopted. Leader?
Mr. President, I move we adopt ordinance number 12.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that you adopt ordinance number 12. Are there any remarks under this ordinance? Hearing none, roll call vote, please.
Smucker.
Aye.
Babcock. Showman.
Aye.
Hawk. Kimbrough.
Aye.
Scaglione. Smith. Fisher. Hall. Merrill.
Aye.
Ferguson. Morris.
Aye.
12 yeas, Mr. President.
Motion carries and ordinance number 12 is adopted. Leader?
Mr. President, I move we adopt ordinance number 13.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that you adopt ordinance number 13. Are there any remarks under this ordinance? Hearing none, roll call vote, please.
Smucker. Babcock. Showman.
Aye.
Hawk. Kimbrough.
Aye.
Scaglione. Smith. Fisher. Hall. Merrill.
Aye.
Ferguson. Morris.
Aye.
12 yeas, Mr. President.
Motion carries and ordinance number 13 is adopted. Leader?
Mr. President, I move we adopt ordinance number 14.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that you adopt ordinance number 14. Are there any remarks under this ordinance?
Mr. President,
Member Hawk.
I would like to thank the candidate for coming down and meeting us this evening. It was very important to see her. We appreciate your time and effort. You're going to work for our city. Thank you very much.
Are there any additional remarks under this ordinance? Hearing none, roll call vote, please.
Smucker. Babcock. Showman.
Aye.
Hall. Kimbrough.
Aye.
Scaglione. Smith. Fisher. Hall. Merrill. Ferguson. Morris.
Aye.
12 yeas, Mr. President.
Motion carries and ordinance number 14 is adopted. Leader?
Mr. President, I move we adopt ordinance number 15.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that you adopt ordinance number 15. Are there any remarks under this ordinance? Hearing none. Roll call vote, please.
Smucker. Babcock. Showman.
Aye.
Hall. Kimbrough.
Aye.
Scaglione. Smith. Fisher. Hall. Merrill. Ferguson. Morris.
Aye.
12 yeas, Mr. President.
The motion carries and ordinance number 15 is adopted. Leader?
Mr. President, I move we adopt ordinance number 16.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that you adopt ordinance number 16. Are there any remarks under this ordinance? Hearing none. Roll call vote, please.
Smucker. Babcock. Showman.
Aye.
Hall. Kimbrough.
Aye.
Scaglione. Smith. Fisher. Hall. Merrill. Ferguson. Morris.
Aye.
12 yeas, Mr. President.
Motion carries and ordinance number 16 is adopted. We are now under ordinances and formal resolutions for their second reading. Mr. Clerk, would you please begin with ordinance number 17?
A resolution withdrawing Canton's objection to the transfer of a liquor permit located within the city and declaring same to be an emergency. Number 18, ordinance amending section 1305.01A, members' appointment, qualifications, and vacancy of chapter 1305, Board of Building Appeals. Number 19, ordinance authorizing mayor, director, public service, or their designee to appropriate estate and/or interest in the properties described in Exhibit A in furtherance of the Northeast Canton Industrial Park Project, GP 1148, authorizing the mayor, director, public service, or their designee to make ministerial changes to correct property owners' names, parcel numbers, and other numerical, descriptive, or typographical errors and declaring same to be an emergency. 20, ordinance authorizing the auditor to pay Verizon Wireless a moral obligation amount not to exceed $4,434.01 for the water department, declaring same to be an emergency. Number 21, an ordinance amending appropriation ordinance number 239-2020 and declaring same to be an emergency. Mr. President.
Leader?
Mr. President, I move we suspend the statutory rules of an ordinance number 21.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to suspend the statutory rules on ordinance number 21. Are there any remarks? Hearing none, roll call vote, please.
Smucker. Babcock. Showman.
Aye.
Hall. Kimbrough.
Aye.
Scaglione. Smith. Fisher. Hall. Merrill. Ferguson. Morris.
Aye.
12 yeas, Mr. President.
The motion carries. You've heard the three readings. Leader Smuckler.
Mr. President, I move we adopt ordinance number 21.
It's been moved and seconded that you adopt ordinance number 21. Are there any remarks? Hearing none, roll call vote, please.
Smucker. Babcock. Showman.
Aye.
Hall. Kimbrough.
Aye.
Scaglione. Smith. Fisher. Hall. Merrill. Ferguson. Morris.
Aye.
12 yeas, Mr. President.
Motion carries and ordinance number 21 has been adopted. We are now under ordinances and formal resolutions for their third, final reading and vote. Mr. Clerk, would you please read ordinance number 22?
Ordinance authorizing mayor, director of public service to enter into a joint facility development and use agreement with Canton City School District pursuant to the Ohio Revised Code 755.16 and Ohio Revised Code 3313.59 for upgrades to and the use of Thurman Munson Memorial Stadium, declaring same to be an emergency.
Leader?
Mr. President, I move we adopt ordinance number 22.
It's been moved and seconded to adopt ordinance number 22. Are there any remarks? Hearing none, roll call vote, please.
Smucker.
Aye.
Babcock. Showman.
Aye.
Hawk. Kimbrough.
Aye.
Scaglione. Smith.
Aye.
Fisher. Hall. Merrill.
Aye.
Ferguson. Morris.
Aye.
12 yeas, Mr. President.
Motion carries and ordinance number 22 has been adopted. We are now under announcement of committee meetings.
Mr. President,
For 6:30.
Finance will be meeting March 8th at 6:30 in council chambers.
Thank you, Member Merrill.
President,
Member Scaglione.
public property capital improvement will meet same time, same place.
Thank you, Member Scaglione. Member Babcock.
Thank you. Personnel, same time, same place.
And we have Public Safety and Thoroughfares.
Same. Public Safety and Thoroughfare Committee will meet at the same time, same place.
Thank you, Member Kimbrough. We are now under miscellaneous business. Is there any miscellaneous business for this evening? Member Smith.
Yes, Mr. President, I just want to, let the public know that there will be another food giveaway on this Saturday, the 27th, at the Southeast Community Center. The one that we had a couple weeks ago, and it will be going on this Saturday. Thank you.
And for clarification, Member Smith, that's in the Ward 4.
Yes, thank you for
Okay.
that.
Thank you, Member Smith.
Nope, don't push the button. It's not working. Just push it and it'll stay green. You don't have to hold it.
Okay. Modern technology, y'all. But the time is from 1 to 5 on Saturday. Thanks.
Thank you, Member Smith. Is there any other miscellaneous business for this evening?
Mr. President,
Leader.
I move, the quote.
Clerk Doherty, your quote for the week, please.
Well, just remember this, Member Smuckler. It's not the load that breaks you down. It's the way you carry it. Lena Horn.
Leader.
I'm broken down. I move we adjourn.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to adjourn. Mr. Clerk, roll call vote, please.
Smuckler. Babcock. Showman.
Aye.
Hawk. Kimbrough.
Aye.
Scaglione. Smith. Fisher. Hall. Merrill.
Aye.
Ferguson. Morris.
Aye.
12 yeas, Mr. President.
This meeting's adjourned. Thank you for coming this evening.
Aye.
Hey, Hall, hey.